Welcome. Welcome to the great wave, the new great wave of life, the new great wave of awakening, the new great wave of reality, of consciousness. We are at the beginning of a new great wave. Wave represents energy, and to awaken, we have to kind of have energy. Everything that awakens us is energy. When we meditate or we study, go to school, do yoga, do breathing, do eating, do fasting, everything is creating energy for a purpose of kind of bringing in clarity, which awakening is. There's also kind of greater awakenings that is needed for truly awakening to happen. Like a great wave happened with the Buddha. For him to awaken, you get when a wave comes, it uplifts you up to higher dimensions, so to speak. It uplifts you, and then it comes down on the other side. Just the same happened with Jesus. Kind of got lifted up, but then afterwards, then the wave is past, and there is no. Then you can talk about it. You can talk about it, but you still have to kind of then when you go to a therapist or you go to different chiropractor, different things, you get lifted, kind of healed in a way. That's like a wave as well. So you can focus specifically on people getting lifted in different waves. And when people get help, they are getting lifted, so to speak. I got lifted like 25 years ago. But the difference here was in the feminine, it wasn't just about the awakening itself, it was about the energy. It was about, I realized there was a wave, there was something I could surf, I could follow the wave, I could continue on the wave. Sometimes it goes up, sometimes it goes down, but it keeps moving. So for me, that was the difference that I saw. There was a wave that can continue. So I continued on the wave. I kept surfing with the wave. And that is where reality now is, that we can kind of be uplifted, all of us. It's kind of more simplistic when you allow yourself to be lifted than to have to figure everything out, analyzing, keep like lifting up a little bit of here and like working. That's how people feel work. You constantly have to lift up and figure out and fix. And so we could have, most people have kind of focused on energy as something they have to figure out instead of allowing yourself to flow. So there's people, whether you are new here or you haven't been here yet, you're coming in the future, there are people that are connected to this wave. It kind of calls on people on different levels. And then you will realize that you also affected by waves of the past, but you might have taken it in to creating a baby or being with your girlfriends or going up on a party or getting a job or getting a raise or getting married or going yeah, different things. So people are always in a way connected to the waves of energy, but so many have been kind of connected to the past as well, but they haven't necessarily used it for like kind of the higher purpose in a way. So before, there's waves that everybody, there's always small waves everywhere, and people come in the old when it was more or less clear. It wasn't ready to be shared, the greatness of the wave, for more people to come in. So then people would place me more, oh, you're a chiropractor, or you're just a body, or you're just kind of some kind of support, healing. Different, everybody could call it different things depending on where we are, the ego, in the Norwegianness or the Americanness, or different things. So then we get lifted, but then since most didn't necessarily weren't ready to kind of go and continue on the wave, so then most people then fall off the wave eventually, and they settle down again and go about their life. But to continue on the wave, that is a little bit different. And it's like, since this wave has kind of been started with me, then there is or by the universe or life or God or whatever you would call it. But I'm an arbiter of this wave. Then people are connected, kind of like a surfboard. Or some people follow the wave flow, but sometimes people fall behind. So that's where some people, they could be like not totally understanding, why do I need to be on this wave, and what is the benefit of it. So then they start like overthinking more instead of trusting. So when you think, then you get heavy, and then you fall all the way back on the wave, and it feels like kind of heavy. So sometimes you kind of like get a little knocked down, on a wave. There's sometimes you get knocked down, but you have to dare to get up again, get on the board, so you don't lose the wave. And I might throw back like a rope for you to keep going, so you can come back up. So a lot of people in the spiritual community, they talk about awakening, but a lot of them kind of get a little stuck in the heaviness of it, because they don't really use the wave. They don't really coexist with the wave in the way they should. So they get like knocked down all the time, and they eventually get knocked off the wave. But then that's, as more people start to realize that sometimes you have to receive some guidance. You have to dare to coexist. You have to dare to be guided. Surfing is not hard, but it's not something people are used to. So it is a little bit different to not focus too much on everything that comes. If we pass some reefs, or we pass people, or people might choose to just leave the wave, you have to dare to let people go. And there's people around you that might actually be on the wave unknowingly, unbeknownst to themselves. So there is a clarity that has to be for people. It's easier when people realize that they're here for this and they're ready. It's easier to accept the wave and to enjoy it, than if you feel like, what is this, and did I really sign up for this? Everybody will have to go through the mind of the doubt or all this stuff. Sometimes you'll be like, wait, now, oh no, oh, I'm losing the wave. Okay, I'm in again. So you have to choose, because it's your choice. Nobody else can choose it for you. But we talk about it because everybody will kind of, sometimes there are certain thoughts and ideas and stuff that might suddenly block the wave a little bit. So I might have to take you aside, and we will have to look at it a little bit. We're getting a retreat coming up this weekend, which is kind of literally like, well, I called it the retreat renewal beginning, but it's really is the beginning of the great new wave. The great new wave. It sounds so weird. But it is a way to kind of understand that we are kind of in energy all the time, and we can kind of coexist, and we can surf on it. Then we are on like the front of the wave, so we're just enjoying it more than if we're like on the back of the wave. Then it's just heavy. We have to keep working and thinking. We have to try to like get on the wave all the time, so we're always like a little behind. So that's kind of, the more you dare to trust the wave, and that the more you realize that this is something that is called on you, or that you're being called to do, then it's easier to enjoy the wave. But yeah, so there's going to be the retreat this weekend for the people that are already on, and some people might not even know it until like next week or something, because you can also sign up later for it. You can watch it live or you can watch it later. That the beauty is that the wave is kind of it's not this moment only. It's timeless. So sometimes people have already kind of connected to it, and then they don't even know that they are part of it. We're not all working on a conscious level. Some people are, other people don't realize, like, whoa, I was on that wave 25 years ago in your way. So everybody's kind of riding waves, and sometimes it takes time to see the bigger picture of the waves. That's why you have to have some patience on the journey. But yeah, we're having it. Well, the beautiful with the retreat is that we have time to a little bit chat and look at stuff that sometimes you need some special counseling on the wave, on your wave. But anyway, we if you are new here at YouTube, just sign up or hit the, the like or subscribe button, or if you want to continue deeper in and go deeper into, we're going to go into a second part on the sanctuary on Patreon now. And if you're ready, whenever that is, I'll see you there. Ciao.